Nothing's going to make me prettier. All right. Greetings to all you travelers and, of course, to all you builders out there. It's me, Kevin C, here yet again at Action Pants Gaming with kind of a random build and chill tonight. Just got home from work a little while ago. Been a long week, even though it was a short week. Since you know, that holiday and stuff, being the new year and all. But I'll tell you, it was a long, rough work week. It's always a busy time of year for me. So, anyway, it is Saturday. It is January the 4th, and I got about 20 after 7 in the p.m., at least from where I'm sitting. I know some of you are still out there in the past, and some are somehow in the future, but whatever present you happen to be in, I hope it's going good. All right, what have we been doing? We've been messing around with some of this new lighting effects thing. We're going to kind of keep rolling with that, I believe. Only we're going to try something a tad bit different. And what I mean by the lighting effect stuff is going to be the same. It's going to be a pain. We might start with the easy one first and kind of go from there. But, you know, we'll see what happens. All right. Let's get on over to where we're going to be. And let's do a little bit of, oh, right there. All right. So, we need to figure out the best way to do this. We're going to get rid of that. And someone suggested a pyramid the other day. So I was like, you know what? All right. So we're going to start with a small pyramid. We'll do a 3-sider. And then we'll make a larger one go 5. Because to create that effect is going to be a little bit different via the 5. Obviously, because it's bigger and this only travels about a floor panel's width. So let's give it a shot. This is going to take a little bit. So strap in or fast forward, whatever you got to do, because this is going to be mildly, I guess it'll be a little more difficult because of the shape. So let's get to it. And we got to do 3 sides in order to do this properly. So let's get on it. We're going to be at some weird angles. We're going to be bending our neck a little bit here. But I think in the long run it'll be worth it. At least I hope so. It may not be. We'll find out. Zesty, what's going on? Bringing a little spice to the chat. Yeah, glitching lately is kind of a pain. I hate to say it, but it kind of is. This whole doubling up and, whatnot, and then parts not being there when you go to move them, gets a little grr. So something happened to my Spotify app, and I don't know what the heck. Like, all of a sudden, the Spotify widget just went nutty. It's like, it says the profile doesn't exist. So I don't know what the heck. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But you know what? Let's do something different here for a minute. Let's go this. All right, so, hey, Sergeant Belson, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Excuse me. Okay, so this is my wall. All right, let's. So I need a floor. Oh, Jesus. This is going to be a nightmare. All right, so if this is my wall, I need. All right. I don't know who asked me to do this, but I'm not entirely happy with you right now. Come on. This just irritates at this point. It's really freaking frustrating. It really, really is. It's like I should be able to pick that part up and move it. You know, I placed it there. It's freaking built. And sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It's freaking annoying. Okay, so then I need that. Probably. You're probably freaking right. I think you are right, as a matter of fact. Hey, Hellboy. He always makes me do crap. It's a good idea, don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, I'm curious, but at the same time, it's like I'm going to have to do this multiple freaking times because of the sides, right? All right, let's get one side done, and we'll go from there. No worries, Sarge. Okay, so then I can remove that. Then this, I might as well. Okay. So then that can go. That can go. That can go. That can go. You can come into play. You can come into play. Oh, this is gonna suck. And then I leave this. Aha, okay. Then I leave this. Then I do the other side with the wire. Boom, boom, which I have to do separately. And that gets this side. Do the same here, only we're going in the opposite direction. So then we'd go here to here. Somebody's ears were ringing. No way. I am. No, then I gotta go this direction. This direction. Okay, so then I would bring this in. Because now that's the floor and this is the wall. Double tap. What's going on? Well, I've already built it. I'm just trying to now do that lighting effect. So I'm trying to work out the logistics of this at the moment. So, all right, let me think about this again. Nip, nip. All right, let's do one side. Let's just freaking concentrate on one before we start getting all crazy on another. All right. Yeah, I've already got a small one. I'm gonna start with a small one, then I'll make a larger one. I figured I'd start with like just a simple, one floor panel, because the race initiator only does one floor panel. So if I go with a 5 width, then dude, I'm already dealing with that, bro. This is already driving me up a wall, and I barely started. All right, what is this here for? What do I need this here for? Anything? All right, we got holding pattern on the bottom. We can get rid of this. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Oh, there's no way for me to see this as whether or not I'm... Oh, shoot. Yep, this is going to be pure and utter guesswork. This might be one of those things I go, nope. I mean, I can do it the other way, no problem. We're done. The snap method, that's easy. This is the pain one that will probably look the best, unfortunately. Or, and gives us more options. All right, so now... Hold on. Yeah, because here's the wall. Why is this making all sorts of weird noise? This is driving me nuts. So then... Oh, shoot. Yeah, we might not even be able to do the other way, because... Oh, maybe. Hold on. Hmm. Crooked. Yeah, this is a nightmare. I can't even see what I'm doing here. I mean, if we can pull this off successfully, I think it'll be kind of nice, but I don't think it's going to happen, I'll be honest. I'm already seeing way too many. I mean, granted, anything's possible with the right amount of patience here. I don't even care right now, to be honest. Gotta keep going. Where is that on the outside of the... Damn it. Still crooked. Alright, we might need to redo the... Yeah, I think we need to redo that. Alright. Talk about a whole lot of not fun here. Yeah. So, I think this one's going to be snap version only. What the hell is going on with glitching these days, I swear. Oh! Nope, now it twisted the other way. Son of a biscuit. Yep, something tells me this is snap only. Well, again, it's anything that's weird. Yep. That sucks. It shouldn't twist. It should stay as a straight line, you know what I mean? Which means, yeah, it's going to be snap only. Yep. Yeah, it's going to always twist. Okay, so let's move on to the other one for now. Because I'll have to do some test runs with that and figure out how to. So the other way is relatively simple, actually. Joy Roth, welcome. Well, relatively simple. Still requires some work. Sorry, I just got to remember how I do things here. Okay, so now we got our middle. And then we're coming out. There comes one. Didn't take this into thought, but oh well. Oh, wait a minute. I only need to do one. Wait a minute. Yes, I only need to do one. Why am I doing all that work? Take care, Hellboy. I have the next few days off, bro, so hit me up if you have some time. Atlas Galacticus, welcome. Yeah, Joy Roth, I'm trying to see what a pyramid would look like, but the wire twists at this angle. So I have to figure that out because it's with the other floor panels. Like this one, we just need to do... Yeah, we just need to do one. I'm an idiot. Okay. That'll save us some time. This we need to have there, though. This we need to do. Where'd you come from? Oh, yeah. Never mind. Alright. You can get out of here for now. You need to go... Oh, no, you're fine. There we go. Yeah, that might be a difficult one there, Atlas. Because we still have to find a more snappable way to do the other flooring. Um, Perfect. All right, so it's right on the outside of the dots. Okay. And then you would come in. Going the other way. Okay. And do that one. That one. We'll turn them the right way too. We're gonna have to. Come on. Stop being pain. Sometimes I just want to check my controller. It's like I've only done the exact same thing with the exact same motion 100,000 times. And that time it'll work. Hey, learn it. Yeah. We're starting with the small version of it, and then we'll branch out to a larger one, which will give us some more pattern possibilities. Like the Okay, we can do something. I wish I could go to a real life event. I wish I had the money to travel like that. It just so bums me out that it doesn't work with the other floors. See, and inside is a whole lot of nothing. But we could probably figure out a way to do, you know, a dual sided, which we never got to, but I know it's possible. All right, it's one side. And the difficult thing with this is you really kind of... Shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Doesn't matter. I use this. Okay, never mind. I can guess while it is work again. It is not. That's true. Good thinking. All right, so we got one. Now, how do I get these way out of my way? Okay. Ah, Joy Roth, good question. Could I just flip the floor at this point? I mean, I'd still have to get the halfway one, but that's not an issue. Could we save time by... No, I'd have to go up that floor, idiot. Okay, so hold on. I'm going up this floor. Duddy. halfway point on this floor. I don't know if this will work, but there's only one way to find out. I'm so confused right now. I'm like, what angle is what? Oh no, I think No Man's Sky will be around for some time. I think especially if they interesting. Alright, so now that is the originals here. If I put that in there, no. It does not flip that way. It actually gets a little weird. Or am I on something I'm not aware of? Nope. Okay. Something got weird there. Alright, you know what? Not dealing. Oh yeah, because why? I know why. Never mind. Alright, so that is our halfway though, right? Let's start over. Oh. Sometimes I get like, wait a minute, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that either. There we go. Alright, and you go there. And you go right there. Okay. And then we get you out of the way for now. I keep doing that. We're going to have to turn some of these around, I think. We'll get to that when we have to. Got enough confusion right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Alright, that's going to be an issue, but we will deal with that afterwards. I hope not. I think it'll be fine. I mean, it just went from negative to positive, so it should be. I mean, I don't care whatever happens. I'll be playing this. I'll still be building. I'll still be, you know, hopefully hanging out with y'all. Alright, we'll figure that out in a minute. Let's get. Looks like the bottom one. Alright, so now that that's done, these need to move out of the way, right? We should probably. You know what? No. That way we know we're on different. So gray. Alright, gray. Watch for these. Worlds 2, yeah, true. I was just thinking that too. I'm like, wait a minute, are we still waiting on Worlds 2? Like the second portion of that? Thank you. I really was hoping the other effect I could get to work, but the wire twists, and because it's at an angle, I don't know if there's a way around it yet. We'll see. I'll try, but the only thing I can think of is manual placement, like no drag, just try to, but that would be, we can try it. We'll try it on the next one. Yeah, see here we got some issues with where this is going to end up. So we're going to have to turn some of these. We'll have to figure out how to do that later. Because these are going to, plop right on that, and that's not cool. That ain't cool. Alright, so now we need to do that. I gotta flip that first cube. I don't know what you mean there, bud. So I'll explain later on it. It's so when I do the manual placement one with the wire, right? We drag it across the floor. There's a little part how we're using for reference for marking and the depth of it. when you're coming in at an angle and upside down, because it needs to fire. Oh, wait a minute. It doesn't need to fire in any particular way because well, it does and it doesn't. No, because I'm only putting the block there and then I'm adding that afterwards. So I could potentially come from the outside of that. We'll build another one and we'll try another technique instead of coming out from underneath. I thought I had to come from under the floor panel, but I think if I come from the top of the floor panel. Hey, welcome, Sins Arcade. Good to see you. Blah blah blah. That was weird. Pardon me. Sins Arcade, thank you so much for that $5 super chat donation. Y'all know what to do. And why did... Yeah, the alerts should be going. They haven't been for some reason. I'm getting a little bummed about that. Something happened. I'm a little bummed about why those aren't working. Well, thank you so much, Sin. I do appreciate that. All right, where was I? Boom. Boom. We'll keep that. And that one there. Get rid of all of that. Do another one up here. Boom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rid of this. Yeah. Hey, Sin. You don't have to do that. Thank you so much. I need an 07. You know what? That's what I'm going to do this weekend. I'm going to have a thing that can be a redeem for an 07. Some sort of humor. You know, humor. Man. And just nip. Every once in a while I would nip because it is a weed. I get like this weird, almost like an allergic reaction. Makes me a little. Thank you all. Thank you for knowing the 07. I shouldn't even have to say it. You should see that pop up in chat. You should be like, on that. Be like, Kev should have to say nothing. We should just be like, yo, 07, homies. And again, the music tonight so far. Yeah. Well, there is that one, but usually followed by dumb thought. Yeah, Sin, that's so Lux, Lux. Links in the description below. Uh, they're on Spotify, Bandcamp, YouTube, the whole nine. And that's exactly what they shoot for, and it's exactly what they achieve. A real like Blade Runner Vangelis vibe. It is really, really. If you dig on that, then you will dig the channel of Lux, Lux. Check them out. You won't be disappointed if you dig it. No. But I asked for permission. I actually messaged, and they were like, "Yeah, go right ahead." I was like, "May I use this music while I live stream?" And they're like, "Yeah, just shout me out, and buy one of my tunes on what is it, SoundCloud, I think, one of those, Bandcamp, something like that. You know what I mean? And put the links in. Give them credit." And they were totally, but I would message them and ask. I'm hoping they checked out my channel quick and saw my Blade Runner looking wannabe city. And we haven't even synced this up yet. We haven't finished all the sides either, but. Hey, Joby, welcome. Ooh, Joby, I don't know if you've seen one of the latest new thingamajiggies from this. I just wanted to try a pyramid, just trying different shapes. But I have two versions. Well, we'll get into it. How are you? Happy New Year. Happy holidays. I hope it was all good. Yep. I just followed the pyramid tutorial and it it did it. Okay, basic gray, black wood, gray wood, and then right now you're all gonna have to. Oh, got it. I was like, I ain't gonna try. I'm like, I know there's a tutorial. I'm gonna go use it. I should probably save right about now, huh? You know what? I don't know if you saw this or not, Jovi, but what's the name of this base? Where's the base computer for this? I don't even know the name of this one. Abington. Missed the old save? Yeah, I know. All right, folks, I need to take like 2 minutes or so I apologize. I gotta end my work day, if you will. I just gotta. It was a long day, so I was waiting for something to come through, but I have to deal with it. Give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. And then we'll finish this up and see what we got. And then we'll try and maybe make a bigger one. We'll try to do the other method as well. And Joby, I want to show you this thing I just did. You may have already seen it, I don't know, but I'll show it to you anyway. All right, I'll be right back. Thank you. I'll be right back. All right, we're back-ish. All right, here we go. And we're going to get a little frame drop for a minute. I apologize. It'll kick back in just a short time, so. Frame drop. Oh, not too bad today. All right. Oh, yeah, I know why, because the PlayStation character hasn't been added. Let's do that. Then we're sure to get frame drops. But that's all right. I want the camera. I want the moving camera. Please bring in a moving camera. That would be wonderful. Like VR has when they go into camera mode. There we go. Yeah, I gotta get the glyphs to that. Man, I was watching the Delta stream last night, and that frickin' Flotsam Paradise, the ship there, frickin' really well done. Props to the builder. I forgot who. I know I should know, and it's gonna kill me just, but nip nip. Yeah, is that Joy Roth's build? Was that yours, Joy Roth? I don't know, but whoever built it, freaking great. Well done. Anything better than anything I could build. Put it that way. I'm not good at that. Well, I'm okay at it, but I'm not that good. Freaking well done. Well done. You have the APG stamp of approval. Like that means anything. That means absolutely nothing. Who's? What? What are you talking about? AP what? I don't give a... Yeah, the Love Boat meets Jules Verne. That's a great description, actually. Yeah, I love that. All right, let's get this last side. Oh, I got to show Joby because he's got kids that might need to go to bed and things. And he has a real life. So real quick, before we finish that up, if he's still here. I think it's this one. Is it Rolas? No, Sukahumi. What the hell is Rolas? I think it's Sukahumi. Damn it! It's this one. I think. I don't know, Joby. Give me a minute. Oh, okay. You're free of bedtime duty tonight? Okay. But yeah, I was thinking of you, homie. How's the little one doing? Probably not so little anymore. Nope, this is not the one I want. Damn it. Hey, good. Right here. So it is Sakumi, isn't it? Yeah. These are all on the same planet, so. I don't know if you ever heard of Five Guys burgers. Ah, here we are. But I've never had them until today. They're all right. Got a local burger joint that's better, to be honest. So we got this thing going on, right? It's pretty neaty-keeny. Oh, different planet. I won't have the camera. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember the time of new papahood. I didn't realize it started about 3.5 years. Jeez Louise. So you've seen this, right? This is just the other version of it, but it's not. Those versions are not. These are not snappable. Like, this is manual placement with a wire. Whoop. Hey, what the hell's going on with my setup tonight? Oh. Hey, that might help. All right, there we go. Sorry. All right, so and for those that missed the beginning of the stream, it's been a long work week. And I've been home for about 2 hours, roughly. All right, so well, no, yeah, I had to go actually get some, yeah. But so you can do, and again, I've said this before, but for those who have not seen this pattern yet or this sort of thing, the patterns are interchangeable even within this one setup, just by altering certain aspects. So, just for demo, real quick. And then this is, from this point, you can add, triangles, small floor panels. You can kind of try different things. But again, with this one, the way the light works in this here, this needs to be placed manually and can be a little faffy. And of course now it's daylight, so the other ones will not show as well. In fact, they're not as cool, man, when it's bright out, and we don't have motion camera because the pyramid's at another spot. Are you Joby back yet? Say BRB, so. And this is that same pattern, but with another floor panel added in over the top to break it up. So, pardon me, folks, for those of you who've already seen this. I don't know if Joby has seen this yet. Motion camera is done by having another player in the area. So I have that's the only reason I bring my PlayStation character in. So the reason my PlayStation character and I get frame drop when I alt tab is simply so I can have motion camera. That's it. And then when I play on the PlayStation and I'm building on the PlayStation, I bring the PC character in for the same reason. Again, if anyone has any questions on how to achieve this effect, please feel free to ask. I know there's a tutorial up on the Snap version, which is Legacy floor only, Legacy metal floor only. To use metal Legacy floor, the new alloy floor, the Legacy concrete floor, those 3 items can be done with this method, which is, I do not have a tutorial up for yet, but will very shortly. I'm actually going to try to redo my other one because it's garbage, but I told somebody I would put it up and I did, and but I don't know if Joby's here or not. So Joby, I'm going to have you rewind on this, bro. Because I don't want to bore everybody out here more than normal. We got to get back to our pyramid, so. And we can always come back here. That's what the teleport is for. Oh, but this is nice. Now it's dark out, so we can look at the other ones the way they're supposed to be. I like this one a lot because it reminds me of like a church window or stained glass, something like that. Cathedral window, or, it's got a nice vibe to it. I'm still working on a lot of these. I just got a little nutty by trying to figure out patterns and playing with different shapes and design kind of things. Like adding these in occasionally to certain ones and seeing what kind of wackiness we get. Or you just hit me up if I'm on and be like, yo, you got a minute? Yeah. We did that all the time back in the day for filming. One of the guys that call, we'd be like, hey, you got a few minutes? I need to make some little, snippets or whatever. Yeah, hold on. And then that would give me a time to walk around their build and check it out. All right. Okay, so you've seen this, right? I think. This requires, to get the pattern to completely go around in this corner, requires help of another player. The camera in wider view is much cooler for this room. I made it kind of small. So there's a new, well, not a new, I guess. I mean, I did something by mistake and couldn't figure it out how to redo it, then learned a technique, and then was able to create these. Because I'm like, I want to do that, but I want to be able to do it. This, on the other hand, is a frickin' pain. So the two versions, same technique. One gets you the full line, right? And then the other gets you the double line. And with this technique, you have the use of the alloy floor, the legacy metal floor, and the legacy concrete floor. All have an effect. And it's different than the snapped version, which is the one where you get more of the, which is only metal legacy floor, and you get more of these style designs out of that. You know, so you can have more of this style and, you know, this sort of thing going on. I doubt it. And I got to figure out a roof for this one. You know, like this has its, you know, a roof for it. So I want to kind of figure something out for that one. All right, let's get back to fixing or finishing up that pyramid. We got a pyramid rolling. Let's try and get that up and running. And then we'll mess around with a larger version of that. And I will see if I can't make this effect happen on the pyramid. It's not looking good right now, but I'm going to try another technique and we'll see what happens. All right, let's move on. Where's my thingamajiggy? Right over here. The legacy wood floors take effect, but it's weird and broken because of the texture. Something's on, you know, it's a little off. And there are times with the legacy metal floor where you have this weird phasing of the part in it. So the pattern gets a little interrupted. And with this here, I got to turn this so that this isn't right there. Same with that one, apparently. And it's probably going to be the same on the other one with the, once we do this side. Yeah, there's another one here. All right, we'll figure that out. And there's another one here. This is going to be a pain, I have a feeling. Ooh. Alright, we'll figure it out. Alright, now we just need to do the last bits. And let's see here. This needs to get out of my way. That needs to get out of my way. Am I missing something? Did I go the wrong way with that one? I just need to get this crap out of my way. I can bring it back in if I need it. We don't need to move those. We just need to move this. Alright. Great waste of time there. Moving forward. But one of the issues, sorry, I had to concentrate for half a second. One of the issues with this is, you know, the manual technique. I mean, I could probably. I think the new wood floor is too thin, and I think the beam might be wider than the floor on that. So there is that. But the legacy wood floors definitely have an effect. Get confusing with these freaking angles everywhere. These wood parts are super thin. But, you know, messing with this and other parts. Oops. Well, that went somewhere. I don't need all this. It's just good to have. It's just habit at this point when I make this. But I think you can cut some of it out. Although, no, I don't think, yeah, in some ways I don't think you can actually. I think it requires all of that in order to get that spacing. But, what do I know? I'm just some wacky guy doing wacky things in no man's sky. And just for hardy har-hars, let's double check on that. Come on. Finicky. There we go. Thank you. And I'm glad I did that. There we go. All right. Oh, I had that locked down there. That's why. All right. Oh, okay. So here's what I'm talking about that weird phasing. See right here? And right here in that corner. Alright, so we know we're in good shape here. We can remove all of this now. Except for, obviously, leave that one. Obviously. Oh, hey, get back here. Thank you. When we see that happening over there too, we have the odd phasing. Oops, probably because I already did that one wrong. Come on. There you go. All right. Now, I will save, reload, remove the blocks, and then we got to go back in afterwards and figure out how to turn and hide the silly screenage, which I don't know if we're going to be able to do due to angles and whatnot. But we'll see. All right. We just saved. I'm going to reload to sync the wobble. Save again. I'm going to walk away from the save point. And I'm going to delete all the blocks so we can see what we have. kind of neat. Waiting for the camera to kick in. Oscar, what's going on? Alright, but see, this is what I'm talking about. This sort of bit here. See what's happening. Well, part of this is probably waiting for it to start up, but. Alright, so we gotta get the screens out of the way. And I'm hoping we'll be able to rotate that out of the way. We gotta bring the blocks back in, obviously. That's why I'm gonna have to reload. Do not let me save. If I save, it's not the end of the world, but it's a pain. Why is the camera not working? On the same planet. Multiplayer is on. Is it this issue again? Alright, pardon me for a moment. As we rejoin myself. And then we got to probably figure out another pattern. I know a larger version of this, we will be able to do more. And we're actually going to go to a larger pyramid, and we're going to take a look and kind of see what we might be able to do. And if we can, we might just add it, and it will be worthwhile, and you'll see why. All right, let's see if we can get the camera kicking. Joby, I'm ashamed to admit I haven't drawn in some time. I'm hoping that muscle hasn't died yet. But I kind of want to get back. I keep wanting to get back into it, but my job keeps me, it's hard to say, finding that energy is difficult sometimes. I do miss it though, I really do. And I really have been debating on Like I haven't, that inspiration has been not lost, but it turned into that. I'm hoping at some point it'll come back. But it was the same thing. I had only drawn for clients at that point. And, my art disappeared, and this, exactly, and then this kind of became my like a creative outlet, and then, you know, guitar. I picked up guitar, and then where I finally got a job, but you know, and it keeps me odd hours. All right, we definitely got to move the screens because the screens are completely distracting against the overall effect. Well, this and guitar, learning computer. I built a computer. Right, so this is in sync. Sorry, I know we're just staring at this, but it is helpful for inspiration. And also, I got to reload and figure out how to rotate those and get those out of our way. All right. Do not save. This is not modded, by the way. That is the save when my old computer, which I did have mods, that was the modded save. There are no mods. You know, actually, Joby, my next endeavor was going to be 3D printing. I'd love to do stuff out of wood. I don't have the space. I don't have a home in an area that I could do a lot of woodworking. A friend of mine does, but it's tough to get over there, and it's not always a lot. It's not easy to concentrate there. A lot going on in the household. Oh yeah. So every once in a while you have to double reload your restore point when you're in multiplayer. Which again has something to do with like the double up parts, the fact that you build a part and you go to move it and it's like, what do you mean move this? It's here, you see it, but nah, it's not gonna move. So there's definitely some build mechanic issues. That's odd. Yeah, again, it would be, excuse me, that was kind of an odd noise. It's definitely would keep me busy, and it's something I've always wanted to learn anyway. Not just 3D printing, but, you know, 3D graphics. I just gotta, you know, boost your confidence enough to try and take it on. But damn it, I built my own computer. All right, so this is a bottom one. And that is here. Let's try to fix that one. Yes, raised paving. Oh, thank you. All right, sorry. What I'm talking about, so these screens, we need to try to somehow flip inwards. So let's see what happens. Where's the one I just deleted? I didn't delete it yet. Okay. I'm losing my mind. No. Okay, so there's our block. There's the one that I want to see if we can turn it. So first I'll drop it in and see what direction it fires in. I know it's just makes it. This way I can do it with the rest of them. Alright, so if I put that in, it goes in that way. If I turn this, that is just going to end up over here, isn't it? might be problematic. Because that is super distracting. All right, we'll try to flip it. All right, so let's throw down. One stone squatch. What's going on? You're 8 days in. I'm understanding the way to collect sentinel ships. But I have to multiple dissonant planets and I can't get the echo to work. The echo. I gotta get in my normal save if we do this. Alright. Y'all getting that? So, stone squatch. I'm understanding the way to collect. Okay. It kind of does. I'm trying. You're trying. Okay. So what it. Somebody help. There we go. Thank you, Learned. See, there's always somebody in here who knows something about these things. All right, what was I doing? We need to flip this around. That's the whole deal. All right, let's see what happens when we flip this around. So, in order to do that, I need this. And then I like doing this. Somebody gave me the idea about doing this. It really helps. Ah, okay, so this is backwards on this one, which is normally the way we like it. But apparently we need to go the other direction, forward here, and see what we get. All right. Yeah, I think it's not going to matter. We're going to have these things in our view no matter what we do. All right, that's better there. I would rather have these here, unfortunately, than on the surface of this. But I still think no matter what I do, we're going to end up with stuff interior. All right, so we're going to call that one done. Where are you located? That's this one. Alright, so the bottom one again. Right there, it did it again. We built it. We knew it was there. Went to move it, and it was like, nah. It doesn't need to be forward. Removes it there, and puts it there. Okay, we can get rid of it. gonna have to do this all the way around. And then that one's that, right? That's that. Alright. Excellent. See? People know what's going on. I have no clue. Barely know what the hell I'm doing with this. Alright, well, we got those out of the way. Now come the more difficult ones. So you are... We should probably do a save right about now, huh? That's probably not a bad idea. If I can find it. This was like a last minute idea the other night. Yeah, see? No, hey, one stone squatch. We're all noobs in this game. We really are, if you think about it. It constantly changes. Things are always different. Everyone has different ways to go about doing the same thing sometimes. That's that's one of the reasons I love this game. Yeah, what I don't love about this right now is this kind of stuff happening. That's driving me a little wackadoo. But, because we have a choice. Alright, where was I? Alright, we did all these. Everybody happy here? Alright, so let's change the color back. So we know. We've done those. Alright, now we gotta figure out where these are coming from. This one. Who are you? Who do you belong to? Oh, wait. Ah, I see you. Alright. I see you now. Alright, well, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of these. Alright. Let's get a better vantage point. There we go. Alright, so you are over there. Which means what? Which one are you? This one? There we go. Okay. What do you mean? What you mean? No idea what you're talking about. I think we all are on some level. Dupers and... Alright, let's make sure that that's what we're trying to do again here. Okay. That's right, I can delete you. Oh, but before we do that, let's be smart-ish. Find out what direction we are in. Okay, so everything needs to be facing forward on this design. The circular designs, the way you actually are turning everything so that if you see this would be correct. For the pyramid, apparently, and it's probably different depending on what you're doing. But this is a good way to check to see, to flip these little screens and know what side you're using, because it does make a difference when making these sort of things, which is odd on this one, and thankfully in this tight of an area it doesn't matter. But the front of the animation of the race initiator is shorter, and when you turn it around and you're looking from at the back side of it, so to speak, and where the animation is longer. I don't know why. We saw that when I was building the other things there. So keep that in mind. If you want to attempt this sort of wacky weirdness, which all right. Goodbye. Really? Hesitated. Alright, so now where is the screen for this? Now, that's what we need to see. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, okay, you're down here. I can live with that. Again, it's out of the way of this. But if we do a larger version, we're going to have to figure that out. But this is better based on it's not, you know, cutting into this pattern, which can get distracting. Your eye just goes to, hey, what is that over there? All right, now we got to figure out each one of these and turn all of these around. That's this angle. This is this one. What trick? Did I not delete that? Oh, yeah, it works with anything. Like usually I'll put a paver on top, and that gives you 4 rotation, but it gets confusing because you can't tell what side you're on. For this particular thing, which I just need to flip it once, or to know what is front or back, I use the, oops. And you can use anything really that has a definitive front and back, whatever works for you visually and spatially. But yes, it works with any wall. I just prefer this one because it's easy to see. Off the bat, I know I'm right, front or back. That's why I use that one. But anything your heart desires. Pretty much anything works. You always kind of want to think about it as like, you're creating your own snap points. That's one of the best things about this freaking game, man. What am I doing again here? Which one am I on? It does get a little confusing at times. Ah, here we are. We are over here, which is you. Actually, there may be another one I've already done. All right, you go down here. Get rid of that. Right, yeah, so we do have another one, okay. You are where? Right there, okay. There's one. There's the other one. Okay, which is... I thought there was two left. And that is that angle that we just did. Perfect. Alrighty. Shazam. Alright. So that should at least get most of them out of the way. You know, the main view, you know, they're not stuck in there. They're like, I don't dig on where these are, but at the moment there's nothing I can do about it. So, we will live with it. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Blah, 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 blah. Well, it'd be neat. It would have been neat had they met up here, but c'est la vie. Do I turn them around again? No, it just flips, right? It's just gonna keep flipping up the other way. Yeah. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we should probably save, do a reload, and then we can delete so we can DG squared. What is going on? I'm sure DG has seen most of all the new wacky designo bits I've done. Did I just save? Yeah, this is bumming me out, but we'll deal with it. Okay. I guess we can do that. For now, we'll leave that. And get rid of that. Should probably get rid of that, but we'll leave it in for now. Alright. Good enough. Let's save. Reload, get things in sync, and then Alright. Okay, then we're going to save again. And now we're going to delete them. So let's see. And hopefully momentarily. I'm trying to think of something like this maybe in a row or this on top of. Ooh. Should have built this higher. We can do it again. Come on, camera motion. Am I going to have to join myself again? Why has this been such a pain lately? How long does it take to realize they're in the same instance? Alright, apparently it's going to be easier if I just reload. Or wait a minute. No, yeah. Alright. Hold on. Where am I? There we go. Let's quit the mode select because something's happening. Even though I'm on the planet, it's not really registering that I'm there. Yeah, right? Yeah, it'd be nice to have a copy-paste feature, that's for sure. And of this, and of that, and the other thing. Alright, just for now, just to close up some of that gap. Now, this is a test. Had this been a real build? Yeah, see, that's better already. Because now the screens that were in the way were blocking that sort of the pattern. Yeah, I was getting distracted by that. All right, let's widen the camera view. And let's actually take a look at what we got here. We haven't really had a chance to do that yet, have we? Alright, so there's some of that issue I was talking about here. You can see the little fluttering there. not as bad here. We got a couple little spots there. Got that bit there. Yep, on these edges here. Too bad. Now, we can change a lot of that. We'll get into that in just a second. All right, so this one we might want to go in tighter. Got it. Odd how the shape makes it look very different. Yeah, and the side, I'm not too impressed. One part of that is because we have that shimmery bit going on, so it doesn't work, you know what I mean? Your eye is just like, hey, look at that going on over there, that shouldn't be going on. Could be that affecting it. Now, a flat triangle of this would be neat. You know, like this shape, but not in the pyramid. I think the angle has something to do with it as well, why we're getting, you know, more than sort of normal on this. But we could, you know, we could mess with that and see if we can't do something that might help to fix / distract. Kind of neat. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm focusing on. Plus the way the sides, but when we change the pattern, that, you know, the way the lighting goes there will be different too. So I'm kind of like looking at, like, so see, it's hard to point on this here because my finger gets cut off. But see how we've got that light, boom. But on the other side, of it, like top of it, or like this corner, like they're, you know, it's just, I was thinking that actually. Yeah, see now this is synced. Before, remember, it was kind of weird. This is more the way it should be. All right, so we're getting a much better, much more symmetrical pattern now. Why we can see that spiral going on. We are going to need to reload though, because I need to bring those blocks back. But see now, as we focus out, see how it kind of, that pattern Alright, now, and just taking, what if we take this floor and add it in here? What did I do before? How did we get that to work? That's right, yeah. See, now nothing's going to happen here. It's actually going to go right over the top of it, so we really can't use that. So, and we don't have to stay necessarily in a traditional pyramid. We can alter the pyramid, you know, as long as we stay symmetrical. You know, you could change the interior shape and a little bit of the exterior shape as well. Over here. But still retaining, let's just do it, so now I'm just trying to make sure I match. Oh, well, let's do that instead. Hey, what's that? And this is what I get at, you know, no, not really. I think we can do it with relative ease. That interfere with? And this is where it starts to get like, complicated a little bit. Because you have to try to remember what you're working off of. Do you know what I mean? Like, where is this? Where is this pattern coming from? Alright, so that's sticking to like a floor it should be. So if I do that, and that, there we go. And if you can remember and repeat the pattern, then yeah, you know, more power to you. But sometimes the simpler, the better. But yeah, what fun is that, you know? Or if you want to do something asymmetrical, but I highly recommend something more symmetrical. And, you know, now if we look over the top of this, how, you know, that might change everything, you know what I mean? Now the spiral should still be the spiral, but now see how that V, it's just kind of, you see that? As opposed to like the other sides, which, you know, are gaining more animation. So you do that on the whole thing, which now I'm looking going, do I like that? Maybe not. This is why it's always good at this point to have a, you know, a save where you're, you know, at the first part before you start messing around like this. That's interesting. It's because of the way we flipped everything. Like, I remember when I was talking earlier how the front of this has this different animation than the back of it, the race initiator, and that we're going to have an effect on where these things are going to be, because one side is longer, the other side is shorter, animation-wise. Now this is easy enough to rip out and start fresh, you know. And then if you want, you can just boom, boom, boom. Bring that out. You're like, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't want those in there. But now that you've put the triangles in different areas that they weren't before, you now have different edges to work off of to generate your patterns, you know, to bring in your lines. And again, now see why this is dimmer here. And where it cuts off, you see, you can see a separate triangle happening. Because if I flip those back the other way, where they're facing backwards, then the screens get into the, you know, into the area where you're trying to make your pattern. So this is a very different style at this point. I think we need to make a taller, larger version, which will allow me to, you know, kind of just use one end. Like this is all kind of crammed in, and we only have, you know, we're only using one of the race initiators, so where that screen ends up is going to be, you know, pretty much in your, you know, in your view. Whereas a larger version, I think, I'm also thinking, can I? of lighting here. I'm not sure I'm digging that. And there's no way I'm going to be able to repeat this pattern accurately. I'm making a mess for myself, quite honestly. Hey, Bobby McGee. But this is the time to do that, you know, when you have a save you're comfortable with, and you're just like, what the hell, I'm going to throw a bunch of things in and see what happens. Right on, Bobby McGee. I think in this case, simple. But take this, you know, and just have it in a way where you can turn these, you know, it's not at, that's the other thing, we're at an angle. Pyramid in this technique, or this, you know, addition, whatever you want to call this thing that I did. You know, it's, it works for some things, other things not so much. Let's not save. How about reloading? Yes, we know. Yeah, learn it. A pinwheel. I just saw that. Yeah. Nope. Okay, we just did restore point, remember? Let's see what happens here. Oh, wow, really? Already? Ah, there we go. Now we're back. All right, so there's a few things with the pyramid, and this is why I started small, because also we are, you know, we have that point that we're going to have to, you know, look at. I think as we come down and we do a larger version, I think where these screens kind of land here, but we're, if all of these things are not facing the same direction, which honestly should be backwards so that we get the most animation down. You know, aiming into, you know, we'll call it the floor panel width, because that's what it does. It does a floor panel width. So, you know, if one's facing forward, one's facing backwards, we're going to get a kind of an odd, you know, light dark mixture, which we're seeing here. But the cut through and all that stuff is kind of neat, which is all right. Obviously, we don't get anything internal. You know, it's bright in there, or brighter than it would be normally. But for the most part, you know, you can get a little light bleed through. Alright, that's the beginnings of messing around with the pyramid shape and this technique. I don't like how this is going on, and the flame. Maybe. But I think there's another way to make a cone. Oh. Alright, I think I'm done with trying to flirb around with this for right now. Let's head back to our other area. And probably should get rolling because we have the Sunday stream tomorrow. So this was just a random, like, I don't want to watch TV or my brain is cooked from work. I kind of want to hang out with folks and just be chill. So yeah, we got to start. I like some of this a lot. Some of it I don't like so much. I didn't really get into looking at it though, which is kind of funny. And of course now you're gonna be this game, I swear. So you're like, that's kind of interesting, you know, from this angle. Okay. See? And this is why I always do this sort of thing. Where I just stare at shit for a bit. So now if I were to change the patterns, we do have a couple issues here. We actually need to return them to where they are, but so this is where facing directionally is going to cause actually an issue / potential interestingness. A cone, yes, you can make a cone. There are a few different ways than as usual. There's always a tutorial out there for it. That's a little bit different. I wish we had darker. Do we get the camera, or do I have to reload again? I'm not doing it. Either it works now, or yeah, it makes no sense. All right, whatever. The character's here. Eventually, it will go. Oh, or it won't. Yeah, that makes... Alright, so... we might be able to do something with that. That's kind of neat. We got to think about it. But these, you know, and then we're going to have to realize that these are going to start getting in the way. We can move... No, we can't. Never mind. Forget I said that. I think just a wider, larger pyramid, it would look better. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll check something out with that tomorrow. Now that we know essentially what we need to do to make this work here, I wish I could do the other technique with it, but again, we'll probably try doing that tomorrow. It just makes more sense than me starting a fresh project now. When I've been on for 3 hours and I'm starting to get a little need some food. And I got some leftover Spanish food. All about that. I love yellow rice. Rice and peas. Eat that all day long. That's where we are. We don't need to be there. We want to go back to here, I think. Well, I'm trying to figure out other ways to implement this, especially this one. The hand-placed annoying one. I'm beginning to like that effect quite a bit. You know, the wider beam. At first I wasn't too drawn to it, but I seem to be, now that I'm able to, you know, kind of cut it back a little bit. We also need to add, you know, I mean, this is, again, it's just figuring this out. We can, you know, there's more things we can add, mess with. We've already done some of it, but I think we can, you know, start taking these and, you know, just for hardy har-hars, let's see if we can't do anything right now with it. I don't know what we would do, but we'll throw something. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Again, long work week. And just see what this does just for hardy har-hars, right? Actually, we won't even get all fancy with it. We'll place it down normally, but right here, you know, in the mix of things, and just see what it does, if anything. I mean, obviously it's going to do something, but is it? Thank you. Yeah, this is also kind of an odd thing, the way it, you know, retreats. Like, see how one side just, but that's the thing, you know, and then you play around, you figure out some other things, and, you know, it's just the way it works. I have no idea anymore, to be honest. Well, let's try this. That should do something. Sometimes you get lucky, other times. Oh, came all wrong. You probably already did that. It's facing the other way there, guy, remember? Oh, yeah. This basically isn't going to do Chipola. Where are you? Oh, you didn't even make it in there, so it doesn't matter anymore. Ooh, wow. Alright, didn't think this was going to look interesting, but I could be wrong. That's kind of neat. Just different textures and everything. Alright. Alright, so instead of doing it that way, let's just do silly way. The I don't care if I'm accurate right now way. And this probably wasn't the best one to do it on, so let's not. spot, though, isn't it? Yeah. I'll do that. Maybe not. Alright, sometimes this can be buffet. Come on. Eh. Nah. Too much. Simple. These, when I add those in, it's more specifically for, other things. But doesn't mean we can't come up with another thing for this, And I haven't even got into, shrinking and enlarging and all that fun stuff. Which we're not getting into that tonight. Yeah, but the chaotic nature of it, I wasn't digging on at the moment. And if you notice, as you focus into certain areas and just kind of concentrate on bits and bits. And this is why, you just doing small parts of these can be neat, just these little concentrated areas. Granted, it's hard to do that when you're just like, ooh, it looks even better with multiples, but what a pain in the butt it is to make it. We know the signal booster works. Done multiple things with that, so. I mean, we could get more perfect with it, you know, make sure that these are lined up and blah, 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 you know. I'm just kind of placing it in going, how's it look right now with that? Just the way it is, you know. Can I put the beam in there? And yes, we can. That is nice. Might back it out a little bit, straighten it up. Yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah. And we get a little bit more ambient light out of it now. So now we're getting, when it is lit there, you know, that yellow is starting to pop a little bit more because we have a little bit of that light coming in from the signal booster now. Not overpowering at the moment, which is nice. Come on. And we'll take that for now. All right. I think we are going to call it an evening on this because we are going to be back tomorrow morning, our usual Sunday morning time, 10 in the a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll jump back into our other area here, this room that I like. Wish we had the camera going again, but we do not, even though our character is here, and I'm not gonna deal with it right now. But I'm digging this right now. It's kind of fun. You know, if you want to go clubbing. Alrighty. Nice. Yeah, I mean, the anomaly seal has a lot of potential for lots of fun, neat stuff. But it's also, you know, very specific. We still have that fog effect. There's still learning curve on that thing, I think, for the time being. All right, I think we're good for tonight. Like I said, I'm hungry. I can tell my blood sugar is getting a little bit low, so I should probably get rolling, get some food, and we'll be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. for the Sunday stream. Nice mellow Sunday start. Grab your coffee and, you know, wipe those crusties, and hopefully we'll come up with something new and neat, or at least something neat for what we've been doing. And continue on with the fun of No Man's Sky building. All right, y'all. Until next time, you know who this has been. It's been me, that wacky dude, Kevin C. here at Action Pants Gaming, wishing all of you builders out there, and of course all you travelers too, a little bit of love, peace, and starship grease. Get those action pants on. Get out there. Start building some wild and wacky stuff. All right, y'all. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of whatever you got going on. Take care, y'all. Oh. Hold on. Abrupt. No, never mind. Okay, I thought I saw somebody I knew streaming and we could have rated, but nobody I see on. If you know, if somebody sees, I got to start getting on this. I know it's a weird hour for me today, but anyway, take care, y'all. I need food. We'll see you soon. Bye.